Apple cider vinegar has been popular for weight loss for over 20 years that I can remember, and while I've been skeptical in the past, I have changed my opinion on it. In the next few minutes, I want to show you why I've changed my opinion by going right to the research so you can see what's going on. Let's go. So here is the first study I've ever seen on apple cider vinegar. It came out many years ago. Vinegar intake reduces body weight, body fat, and serum triglyceride levels in overweight Japanese subjects. So in this investigation, it's 12 weeks long. It's 3 months. It's 155 people, so it's a pretty large study. They are either given a placebo drink or a beverage, a 16-ounce beverage that contains 2 different doses of vinegar. One's got a half an ounce of apple cider vinegar. Another one's got an ounce of vinegar. And they've actually broken it down. I like this study because they've broken it down by the amount of acetic acid in the beverages. Acetic acid, keep in mind, is said to be the secret sauce behind the weight loss properties of apple cider vinegar. So what do they got going on here? At the end of the study, these individuals, they lose weight. Their body mass index goes down. They lose visceral body fat. That's the fat in our muscles. Their waist circumference goes down, and even their triglycerides go down as well. In terms of weight loss, I looked at this study. These individuals lost between 2 and 4 pounds over the course of the 12-week period. So nothing drastic, but again, it is significant that they lost between 2 and 4 pounds over a 3-month trial. Next study is a little bit more impressive. This investigation came out in 2018, beneficial effects of apple cider vinegar on weight management, visceral fat, and lipid profiles in overweight people who are on a weight loss diet. Not a big diet. They only cut calories by 250 calories per day. That's not much. That's about 1 or 2 slices of bread. Smaller study, 39 people, and they're either put on the low-calorie diet alone or they're given 30 milliliters of apple cider vinegar a day. For us in America, that's about 1 ounce of apple cider vinegar a day, so not much. What do they find? After this trial is over, this 12-week trial is over, these people lost weight, their body mass index decreases, their hip circumference, they've lost visceral body fat again, and their appetite goes down. That's pretty impressive. In addition to that, both their triglycerides and their total cholesterol went down, and if you even want more, their high-density lipoprotein, their good cholesterol, actually went up significantly when they were taking the apple cider vinegar. If we just look at, say, their weight loss, what's going on here? Well, they started out around 83 kilograms at the start of this study. After the 12 weeks are up, they go down to about 79 or so kilograms. That may not seem like a much, especially for us in America, but I did the math and just not even rounding up or rounding down, converted everything over to pounds, and that's about 9 pounds lost over the course of 12 weeks. So if we take these 2 studies together, 2 to 4 pounds, 9 pounds, you know, I would say let's be conservative and say maybe expect to lose 4 to 5, maybe 6 pounds. Again, individual results will vary, but these 2 studies do appear to show something is definitely going on when it comes to weight loss. Now, that's it for the weight loss study so far. When there are more studies out there, I will do additional videos on this, but that's what the scope of the landscape is right now. In terms of frequently asked questions, when it comes to apple cider vinegar, here are the 5 questions that people consistently ask me. How does it work? Well, as I mentioned a little bit ago, acetic acid appears to be the secret sauce in apple cider vinegar. It appears to activate an enzyme, an energy-producing enzyme called AMPK, which we need to make energy. So basically what's going on here is the acetic acid seems to be boosting our metabolic rate a little bit. Is it complicated? You betcha, and I'm not going to get into complexities of AMPK here. That's a video in his own self. But that's essentially what's going on. What about the mother? So the mother is what's sometimes called that cloudy stuff you may see in apple cider vinegar. It's a mixture of minerals and vitamins and bacteria, and some people say that may help it work better. But in terms of weight loss, I don't necessarily think the mother is necessary. All those bacteria and vitamins, etc., may benefit our microbiome, but in terms of the weight loss effects, I don't think the mother is necessary. But again, I'd like to see see some more research on this. Number 3, how much should you use? So I'm going to be conservative here, and I'm going to say stick to no more than 1 or 2 tablespoons a day. That's in line with what the research is using. I wouldn't use any more than that. I don't think it's necessary because the research basically says stick to no more than 2 tablespoons a day. Start with a half a tablespoon or 1 tablespoon a day just to see how you respond, because we're all different. And remember, you can mix this stuff in fluids and water, juice, smoothies, etc. That's not going to affect how it works at all. And then the 4th thing people ask me about is, are there any side effects? Well, yeah, there could be. Everything has side effects. So remember, apple cider vinegar is an acid. And again, if you don't rinse your mouth out, it's possible that over time it could wear away dental enamel, which could lead to cavities. And I've seen some evidence that at very high doses, it may lower potassium levels. Again, you got to drink a lot of this stuff, like 6-8 ounces a day, to start seeing these potassium level effects. I've even seen studies where one woman actually got osteoporosis. This was actually a young woman who got osteoporosis after several years of drinking 6 to 8 ounces a day. Nobody's going to be drinking 6 to 8 ounces a day. So I think that's a rarity, to say the least. But it has occurred in at least one individual. So again, stick to the amount we're talking about here, and you should be perfectly fine. And then the last thing people ask me about is, what about these apple cider vinegar supplements that are all over the internet? So what I'm going to say is, let's stick to the liquid apple cider vinegar. For instance, this stuff here, Bragg's, which is in every supermarket in America and probably the world. I like it because it's a family-owned company, been around over 100 years, but also the research used liquid vinegar or apple cider vinegar, not these apple cider vinegar supplements. There has been some testing of some supplements where they contain a lot more acetic acid than you need. And also sometimes these things might get it stuck in the throat, and that could cause burning of the throat, etc. So let's be conservative and stick with the apple cider vinegar. Again, you can mix it in smoothies, juice, etc. Oh, and by the way, while we're on the topic, you may be saying, well, can I just use vinegar? Sure, you could use any kind of vinegar if you like. The acetic acid content of apple cider vinegar versus regular white vinegar is about the same. So I don't think there's going to be any difference in the amount of weight loss you might see with either type of these products. What do you think, guys? Have you tried apple cider vinegar? Has it worked or has it not worked? Leave a comment below. I'd be curious to see what you have seen about this. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, I'm Joe Cannon. Go out, be safe, and where you can, try to make a difference.